The Loch of the Lows is actually the very first nature reserve that Scottish Wildlife Trust ever purchased. The plan of the trust was to basically open up Scotland for the use of everybody. So this was before we had the Outdoor Access Act, and it was basically to bring nature to people. And then within 2 months of them actually buying it, actually signing on a dotted line, 2 ospreys arrived. And that was a complete fluke. Like, they had no idea that when they bought the reserve there was going to be ospreys, but that basically kick-started everything that we have today. They decided to then build a visitor centre. So our visitor centre was opened in, I think, June 1972. So it's actually basically had almost 50 years of operation. For 2005, I think, was when we first decided we were going to have things like cameras. With addition to that, obviously, then you've got everybody using their computer, their laptop. We've got a till, which requires internet access. We've got the card machine, which needs a phone line. We've got the actual phone, 1 number to the visitor centre and then 1 number to the bothy. 3 staff members, laptops and the reception laptop. On a bad day, you'd have no internet. The camera would go down, you would not be able to do anything. I wouldn't be able to access any membership, look up spreadsheets to check numbers. I wouldn't be able to do anything. Just trying to upload a video, and you're talking like 30 seconds of a clip from web camera, it would take like half an hour to upload to Facebook. That's in amongst trying to do everything else at the same time. Life is much smoother now in terms of operations because of the fact that we don't have internet that drops out every other day. I mean, a massive part of what we do is keeping our online community up to date. So in terms of sharing videos on social media, we can now upload a video and it takes a couple of minutes rather than 30, which is massive because if you're trying to multitask, speak to the public, do the till, sell stuff, talk about ospreys, and all in the background you've got this social media post that literally takes all day to do. Not very useful, so it's much better now because you know if you've got 15 minutes set aside, it just goes up and it's done. It all has a knock-on effect ultimately. If you can build that community, if you can keep all those people happy and show them wildlife and get people more connected to nature, then the idea is that people will take more responsibility for things in their own back garden, people take more responsibility for the countryside. Ultimately, if people are that enthused and that happy with this place, they're more likely to give donations and become members and all that kind of stuff.
Anything else you want to say? Or?
Thank you. We wouldn't be able to operate if we didn't have good internet.
Yeah.
I'd be working from home permanently, and it doesn't work if you're a visitor centre assistant manager. Can't bring the public to my house.
No.
That's the osprey, the juvenile osprey.
I can hear that. That little high pitched.
That's him doing his big and call. He's hungry again. He only got fed at 10:30.